Northern clouds, northern clouds. We're gonna make some motherfucking clouds now. Alrighty, good morning, Northern Clouds. How are we all doing? Just thought I'd come in and give you guys another wee Northern Clouds review. Today we're going to be reviewing this bad boy here, the AVMO, or at least that's what I'm calling it. Vape's really nice, easy to build on, flavour's good, vapour production's really good, really nice, quality looking, feeling mod. So we'll do a wee drill down and we'll get a close-up done, have a look at all the individual bits and what comes in the box. We'll stick a build on it, we'll come back up top and give it a vape and let you guys know what I think about it. Alright, so without further ado, we shall drop down below. Alright guys, how are we all doing? So here we are down below with the AV mod set. I'll have a quick look at the box, although there's not much to it. It's AV mod set, picture of a couple of different AV mods on there, and chosen colour. That's pretty much about it for the box. Not much to show there. So we'll just pop it open. Inside the box, you've got your tube, your battle deck, and cap, and your set of spares. Have a look at the set of spares there. Try and get this to focus. Here we go. So you got some O-rings, screwdriver, and a couple of, I don't know if you can see them there, there's a couple of coils in there. And that's it. We'll pop it out. It does come in this kind of plasticky packaging, but I had a wee look at this earlier and took it out the packaging, so looks much nicer without all that on it anyway. Let's have a look at the tube first. So there's the tube there. It's got this kind of mad knurling on it and crazy zigzaggy shape. And now I've got the pearlescent colour. Unfortunately the lighting in here is kind of shining off of it quite a bit and it's kind of not really doing it the justice. It is really nice, guys. The colour on this is just lovely. Let me just try and get a bit of focus on it there. Yeah, the colour is superb. Really nice colour. When you see it in person, I saw it in person and I just had to have it because it's really unique. Pearlescent kind of colour with this kind of anodized, shiny, chromy, blacky kind of colour. It's awesome. So differences between this and the other AVs, you'll notice straight away on the top here we've got this kind of mad knurling. Just to compare that, there's the brass trooper mod, and as you can see it's flat all the way around, and on the bottom you've got this knurling here, and on the bottom it's like just totally exaggerated knurling. You've got the MO there. Is it MO or is it MG? MO, I think. Possibly meaning murdered out, but I don't know if you'd call this a murdered out mod. But, you know, that's AV for you. AV logo on the top there. As you can see on the top, you've got your Avid Life and your logos and your general standard inscriptions on there. Try and focus it in a bit more so you can see that better. There we go. Hutchison's On Design AV Avid Life. You can see it's very shiny. It's like picking up all the reflections in the room right now. Very shiny indeed. So yeah, we'll rip it apart. Let's see. Get rid of the boxes and stuff. Make a bit of space. Let's make a bit of space. Let's sort the focusing. I do have this on autofocus, but when I have it on autofocus, it tends not to focus quick enough. So I prefer just to do it manually. Then I can focus it in on whatever I want, the way I want to. So that's the top cap off there. That's your button. standard copper switch there. Unscrew the button a bit more, and you get, you know, the more you take the button apart, the more push you get from the batteries, from the magnets. Sorry. Now, what I did notice is they seem to be much stronger magnets that are in here. I did have them out previously, because I already recorded this and deleted it, and I had the magnets out, and the repel on it was just. In fact, we'll just show you. I'll get them out again. They're a pain in the backside, but we'll get the batteries out again and show you. Batteries, magnets even. I keep saying batteries. Not having a good morning this morning. I've got heaps to do. Songs to learn, reviews to do. Heaps to do. So there's your copper pin. Pretty standard. Again, not much to it. Threaded on the inside. Little nipple pin on there. Not much to that at all. Big fat magnet in there. They are fairly chunky magnets. Much chunkier than previous ones that I've noticed. They do seem to be much chunkier. Which is fine, because it means if you take it apart and the magnets come flying out, they don't break. Which I've done a few times. And there's your other magnet in there. We'll just pop that out real quick, and I'll show you. The repel on this thing is just like, if I put it they're crazy strong magnets, you know. I did have them repelling in the other video, but for some reason that's not wanting to happen. So but yeah, they are pretty strong magnets. So if you do take them out, make sure that you keep them apart, because they can be a bit of a pain to get back together, and sometimes they can break if they snap together real quick. They can definitely break. That's me. Yeah, crazy. But that's good, because it means you get a bit more of a spring on your button, which means you get better firing. So it's all good. Anyway, back to the tube. The sleeve there fits a bit tighter. I noticed with this one, once I've unscrewed it and that, the sleeve's really loose. Sometimes when I screw it back together, the sleeve's still loose, and I need to make sure it's really tight. But with this, it seems to kind of, I don't know, I mean, there's not a lip or anything on there, but it does seem to kind of clip into place. Ah, that's why. See, there's an O-ring on there. Ah, okay. That makes sense. See that? There's an O-ring right there, which is holding your sleeve on. Now that's really good, because it means that your sleeve's not going to slip, which is pretty cool. We'll slide that back on, and then it just pushes onto the O-ring there, and then the sleeve doesn't move. You know, it doesn't move freely. You have to push that quite hard, but it's not coming off. You know, you have to pull it fairly tight. So that's great. It means once you've got it in place, it's kind of going to stay there. It's going to stay where you put it, which is great, because I know with the likes of this one, I like to try and have my Trooper logo lined up with the AV on the top, and sometimes when you're screwing it all back together, it's loose and it spins around and it doesn't quite work. Need to polish this. Either need to let it corrode and put a patina on it, or I need to polish it. I need to do something with it anyway. So yeah, that's it. We'll go have a look at the battle cap now. So here we have the battle cap with the battle deck. Again, the colour is a pearlescent colour. It's really nice. Really nice. So there you've got your battle deck logo, and on the back you've got the inscription, the battle caps. Big massive chuff cap on this. No drip tip, no separate drip tip. There's your airflow there, and your airflow there. Now you're not going to get a 510 drip tip in there, it's just not going to happen. You'll need to buy something to fit in there. I believe you can get attachments, and you could get custom drip tips made up from places like Majestic drip tips and things like that. So if that's what you're into, check it out. I did notice that the different colours of these tubes come with different battle caps. So if you jump onto Rajeeves' page and you have a wee look at the different colours, you will notice that they come with different battle caps. Some of them are the more kind of less organic, curvy ones, and more, try to get a focus on that, more kind of squarey type ones, with the knurling on the drip tip up the top, with the separate drip tip with the knurling on it, and some of them have like kind of this kind of texture on them. So yeah, make sure that if you're going to buy one of these from Rajeev or anywhere else, make sure you have a look and make sure you know you're getting the one you want. I really like this style of battle cap. I think it's really nice looking. I love the curviness of it, and I happen to love the colours of it as well. So so that's great. We'll pop it open and have a look at the deck. So you notice on the deck, battle deck serial number 4367. Now anybody that knows about battle decks and battle caps, you'll know that these are actually sold as two separates. So you buy that and you buy that separately, and you buy the battle cap that you want to go with your battle deck. These all come as a kit, so that's fine. Sorry about my daughter making a racket in the background there. She's obviously watching something on telly and getting quite excited. Anyway, there's the screws on the top there, blue, pink, blue, nice colourful chunky screws, comp life inscribed on the inside of the deck. Now there's about 4mm of space in the juice well there, so it's not massively deep. I don't know if you saw the recoil that I did the other day. There was like almost double the amount of space in the juice well on that. It's quite a small deck, so you're not going to get massive builds on here. For something that's designed for competitions, it is quite a really small deck. But you know, you get micro coils and things like that in there, you get reasonable builds in there. And the sides of the battle deck are quite wide, so we'll see. We'll get a build in there and we'll see how it goes. So we'll just go away just now, and we'll get a build put in this puppy, put it all back together, get a build stuck in it, give it a vape, and let you guys know what I think. Alright guys, so here we are back with the battle deck and cap. Now you'll notice I've got it sitting on regulated mod. The reason for that is because I broke my ohm meter, and currently I need the regulated mod so that I know what ohms I'm building at. Just setting up the focus here. So we'll stick a quick build on this, we'll wick it up, and then give it a vape, stick it back on the tube. I've got a battery in here, got an LG HB6 in there, just in case I end up building really fucking low. I'm going to use some of this stuff, Wrathfull Wirez, NI80 24 gauge. I'm going to do about 7 wraps on a 0.2 2mm bit, so hopefully it'll come out about 0.2, sorry. If you haven't tried Wrathfull Wirez yet, I'd recommend checking them out. They're all over Facebook. We've done a couple of promotions on our Facebook group for it, and the sponsors of Make Life and such like. They've got a website, wrathfullwirez.com, I think, or .co.uk. They've got their own Facebook group, Facebook page as well. Reasonably priced, premium grade Wrathfull Wirez. I've got a review on this stuff coming up as well. I'm just waiting on some more of their range coming through, and I'll do a wee wire review. Not seen many people do wire reviews, but I'm going to do one, so that'll be interesting. So I've got my 2mm bit there. Just chuck it in me coil jig. I'm using the Coil Master build kit. It's quite a good kit. Again, it came with an ohm reader, but I broke it, which is fantastic. So until such a time as I can buy a new one, I'm stuck using just a regulated mod just to kind of read my ohms. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's going to be some real tiny coils on this. I'm guessing that it's going to come out about 0.2, but it could be wrong. I haven't calculated it or anything. I'm just going on some previous builds and what they have been like. Again, this is a 3-post deck. Some people aren't fans of 3-post decks, mainly because you have to put it into the positive pin in the middle at the same time and tighten it all down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll just tidy my coils up a bit. I don't normally do builds on camera, mainly because if I screw it up, then it's going to make me look really stupid. So I don't like screwing things up. I don't like looking stupid. So hopefully I won't screw this up, and hopefully it'll come out to what I think it's going to come out at. But I could be completely wrong. Maybe I did it on a 3mm bit or a 2.5mm bit the last time, and maybe that's why it came out at what it came out at. Again, the kit does come with a screwdriver, but I've got my own little screwdriver here, so I've now got like a box of spare coils, O-rings and screwdrivers, because everything I buy comes with these spare screwdrivers. When we did the drill down of the top cap and the close-up look of it, I didn't really talk about the holes on the deck and the posts. You will notice that the post in the centre is a slightly different colour. It's a bit shinier, probably because it's silver. The build holes are also massive, so you can get some big coils in there. If you wanted to, you could get some chunky coils in there. But we're not doing chunky coils today, we're doing little tiny itty bitty ones. So I'm going to just kind of bend my legs a bit so that I can centre these coils. I like to try and get them centred. I'm not really used to building on 3-post RDAs, so again we shall see how it turns out. Hopefully it'll be alright. Tighten that down there. Give it a snip. Give that a snip. And what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to bend it again, and I'm going to pre-snip the positive side leg, just so that it makes it easier. You know, it just makes life that little bit easier on a 3-post decks if you snip your centre leg. I've totally knackered this bend. Yeah, so if you pre-snip it, it just means you don't have to kind of get in there and fight with the coils and things like that. It's not too bad when you build coils this size, because you can get in easy enough. There is a bit of space there to do that, but it's just a bit easier. So we'll whack this one in there. Tighten it all up. Now, they're maybe not as centred as I would like them to be. Again, I always find it difficult to get my coils perfectly centre. I always one that kind of it's just about there, and one that's not quite there. I'm just going to straighten them up a bit, try and get them a bit more centre, use my pliers to kind of just kind of manipulate them across a little bit, neaten them all up just that wee bit. So there you go guys, there you have it. Most likely, I'm not a professional builder. I don't claim to be a professional builder. I don't really do build tutorials and things like that because I build for myself. I don't build for other people. If somebody asks me how to build stuff, I'll kind of show them what I do, and what they take from that is up to them. So this is what I do, guys. You know, if you're not into building or you're new to building, make sure you go out, you do your research, you know what you're doing before you get into it. So I wanted this to come out at about 0.2, and it has come out at 0.2. Oh look, it dropped to 0.12, so we still need to sit and pulse it and see what it comes out after that. So I've got the wattage down, it's down to 2 volts. We'll just give it a nice wee pulse there, get it warming up nice and gently. You can already see it's starting to hot leg a little bit on the edges there. If you work out the hot spots, there we go. Nice wee build in there. Coil's a little bit messy on one side. I can maybe neaten that up. But there you go, heating from the inside out nice and evenly, getting a good heat on there, and it reads at 0.21. So not too bad for a guesstimated job. Now we'll get it wicked up and juice it up and give it a vape. I'm just going to try and, I don't want to mess about with it too much because I don't want to end up breaking it, but I'm just going to try and neaten that coil up a bit because it annoys me when my coils aren't neat. It gets on my teats. Using the good old cotton bacon for my wicking. It's pretty good stuff. I'm not going to use a whole heap of it because they're just tiny little coils, so I've probably got too much here. I'll take some of that off. I like to kind of roll it into a kind of little sausage. Just means that it goes into the coils a bit easier. Pull it through nice and gently. Don't want it to be too tight, don't want it to be too loose. You know, you want it to be so you're tugging on it. I just noticed the focus is out there, guys, sorry about that. So you want to be tugging on it. It's moving, it's not, but I can still pull it through the coil and it's not disturbing the coil, but it's not going to come out freely either. So that's kind of about where you want it. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know, I've never built on a battle deck before, and I've noticed that the wicking is different depending on what kind of RDA etc you're using. Let me just whack the other side in there. But once you've been building for a wee while, you kind of get that kind of feel for these things. There you go. Give it a wee trim. Now everybody's different how much they trim off. Personally, I like to line it up with the side of the deck and just cut it there. Again with this, because the coils are they're not centered, so my wick is longer on one side than it is on the other side. But that, you know, that's fine as long as it's at touching the juice well, it's going to grab the juice and it's going to pull the juice into the coils. Some people like to sit and fluff it up and trim edges off and all that kind of stuff. I've found that it doesn't really make a huge amount of difference. Obviously if you've got big clumps, then you kind of want to try and separate them a wee bit, but you know, it's not too bad. I think that's alright. Nice and wicked up there. There we go. I'm just having a look to make sure my coils are raised enough, just for the airflow and stuff like that. So we'll pop it in there, and yeah, it's try and if you can see that in there, the coils are sitting directly opposite the airflow, so that's perfect. You want the air to go straight in, hit your coils, and then out into your mouth and produce lots of lovely vapor. So we'll get it juiced up, we'll come back up top, and we will give it a vape. See. Alright guys, so we're back. You will notice there's been a few differences on the video that I've been doing today. I've done some top down views and things like that, and you will also notice that the images might be a bit different, especially on this kind of face down view. I'm using a different camera, just to kind of switch it up a bit, trying out different things, seeing what works and what doesn't work. So give me your opinions, let me know if you prefer the way that I've done this review, or you know, or if you want me to go back to the way I've done previous views. Again, I'm just gonna keep messing around with things, keep trying different things out, see what works and what doesn't work, you know. I'm gonna get some juice for this mod and get it dripped and get it baked. What do I fancy this morning? I'm gonna go for this one. I actually don't know what it is. Somebody sent it to us as a sample. Serum juice. It's got a kind of citrusy kind of smell to it. Let me turn the autofocus on. So yeah, it's got a kind of citrusy kind of smell to it. It smells a bit like a cheesecake, like key lime cheesecake or something like that. Got my able all ready to go. So we just get some juice on there, drip it up. Oh, I'm spilling it everywhere. The one thing I notice about this kind of view is that you can't really see what I'm doing on the desk unless I kind of stuff around with it a bit, and then you can kind of see what I'm doing on the desk, but then it cuts off my head. Whereas with the other cameras, they're sitting a bit lower and you can see a bit more of what I'm up to and the rest of me. So I don't know what works best and what not. I'll have a look at the review. I'll review the reviews and see which ones look better and kind of go from there. I'm just kind of chucking this one out this morning because I've got a lot of stuff to get on with this morning. There you go. I mean, people say a 0.2 build is not low enough on a single mech, single 18650 mech, but me, I think it depends what you build. I mean, these are small microcoils and they chuck. You know, I usually build 0.2 on a tube mech for the first time, just until I know what it's capable of, and obviously batteries and all that are really important. With the HP6s, you can build a bit lower. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're confident and you know what you're doing. I've gone as low as 0.05 before in my legendary competition mech, and it was pretty good. But again, you've got to know what you're doing with these things. You've got to understand your battery safety and your Ohm's law. So make sure you know what you're doing before you go and start chucking mega low builds on your mechs. So here we go, we'll give it a vape and see how she blows. I don't even know if I'm going to like this juice, but hopefully. Oh aye. It's a little bit harsh on the throat there. but then I think that's me. I've not had any water this morning. I tend to find if I drink some water, vaping is a bit easier, but smoother on the old throat, you know. But yeah, that's nice. The flavour's good. Vapour production's pretty decent. For a 0.2 build. Not too sure if I'm sold on that juice. It's an interesting flavour, I think, because I've got a dry throat. It's affected me quite a bit, so I'll maybe drink some water and come back to that later and try that flavour. But as you can see, it performs pretty well. I'm quite pleased with it, I'm quite happy with it. I can see me taking this to work with me today. It's not getting hot. The deck, the cap, battle cap's not getting too hot. It's not burning my lips or anything like that, with it being all solid chunk of metal, with no derrick cap on there. It's not getting too hot at all. I did notice there is an O-ring inside the cap there. Let's see, bring that down, see if I can show you guys that. Didn't see that in the drop down, so sorry about that, guys. Let's see if we can kind of show you guys that. It's kind of difficult because the lighting, it's always the lighting. I'll try and zoom in a wee bit on that. So I don't know if you can see it there. There is a little O-ring just inside the lip of the battle deck. So obviously you can fit your custom drip tips and things like that to it. So that's worth noting. You can fit custom drip tips to these things. I might actually get one made up for this, because it's a sexy looking mod. It's a really, really nice looking mod, guys. It's just look at that, man. The lighting in here is just not doing the colour justice. It's got like some real rich greens and blues and pinks and purples in there. It's a really, really, really nice mech. So there you go. That's my review of the new AV Abo MO mods. I'm just going to call it an MO mod because I don't know if it stands for murdered out or what. So I'm just going to call it an AV MO. It vapes really well. It's easy to build on. The battle deck that it comes with is easy to build on. Again, they do come with different battle decks depending on which colour you go for. Rajeeves, my brother Alan, has the stainless one, the black and stainless one, and it's a completely different battle cap that's on there. The battle deck's the same, but the battle cap is different, so make sure you know what you're getting before you buy one of these. I believe these can be picked up from Rajeeves. From Rajeeves Vaping Supplies, which is where I got this one. Just wait for it to load. Let me find them. He's all RX'd out his tits at the moment. Hundreds of RX's on there. Let me find it. Sorry about this, guys. £28 posted, or if you remember Northern Clouds, you can pick it up for £26 posted. I think we've got the pearlescent, the gold, and the stainless steel left. Oh, and a black one, pure black one. Now the black one comes with this kind of battle deck, a battle cap, but it's all black. The gold and the silver ones come with the other battle deck that's kind of got the knurling around it and has like the drip tip, the metal drip tip with the knurling on it as well. Again, if you jump onto Rajeeves Vaping Supplies, you can have a look there. I will include a link in the description so you guys can check all of that out. Once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out the Northern Clouds Facebook group, the sponsors, FTTPD E Juice, Viper t-shirts, and of course Rajeeves Vaping Supplies. I'll include all the links in there. I'll even stick a wee link in for the Wrathfull Wirez, so you guys can see where to get all of that and find out about it. Alright, thanks very much, guys. Northern Clouds.
Northern clouds.